relation to that, joining us now is Interior Undersecretary Epimaco Dinsing. Good morning, Yusek Dinsing. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, good morning, and to all your viewers, good morning as well.
Okay, Yusek, what is the latest on this? Are all barangays now getting ready to gather the names and contact details of those who are unvaccinated? And how will they go about this data collection? Will they go house to house and survey every household?
Yeah, the memorandum circular is about to be signed by Secretary Anyo. Once it's out, all barangays will be asked to make an inventory of not only the unvaccinated, but the vaccinated as well, no? And whether they are partially vaccinated, fully vaccinated, or vaccinated with boosters. So it's really a complete inventory of each barangay's vaccination status of its constituents. So what will happen is many of the barangays will have to go house to house and do the survey or inventory. And once the individuals, specifically the unvaccinated, will be identified, they will now be monitored for purposes of whether or not they will go out of their residence for purposes of procuring essential goods and services, or if they will just go out for non-essential purposes, and they will be asked to return to their houses instead.
Yusek, are you seeing any logistical problems or challenges when it comes to the collection of data? Kasi po, even sa barangay level, di ba po, yung contact tracing natin, wala pa namang online database for that, di ba?
It will be manual. There's a form that we will be annexing in the memorandum circular that will be issued, and gagamitin lang yun ang form ng ating barangay. So sa papel lang naman yan, and then copies will be sent to our local government operations officials in the local government, and of course a copy will also be left behind with the barangay.
Yusek, can we just clarify, even those with comorbidities or with medical conditions who are not able to take the COVID vaccine, will they be included in the list, and will it be indicated that they have such condition?
Part of the remarks, if the individual in the specific residence is unvaccinated, they will have to tell them that they were unvaccinated because of medical conditions, or if their physicians do not allow the specific individual to be vaccinated.
Well, there's a lot of talk about this, and some people probably fear that this move will cause some kind of discrimination for those who are unvaccinated. What are your thoughts on that, Yusek?
Well, I don't think so. First of all, we are in a national public health emergency. Second, this is one way of protecting our residents or our individual fellow Filipinos, specifically the unvaccinated themselves, to be protected and not to be infected with the COVID-19. Second, it's one way of protecting our country and, of course, our economy, because if many of the unvaccinated gets infected and they become severe and critical, being unprotected, being unvaccinated, it will overwhelm our hospital system, and once our hospital system is overwhelmed, we will be forced to escalate to a higher alert level, and worst case is to be under lockdown status again. So it's really protecting everybody, even the unvaccinated themselves. So there's no form of discrimination, and the term there is these are reasonable restrictions, no, to protect everybody.
And the purpose really of this list, Yusek, is di ba po, to limit the movement of the unvaccinated. But let's talk about implementation on the ground. Will barangay officials arrest those unvaccinated who are on the list and are out of their homes?
Definitely not. Once an individual goes out for unessential or non-essential purposes, they will be asked to return home. However, if that individual, despite the fact that they were told by persons in authority, and that's our barangay officials, to go home, and they continue to be a recalcitrant or do not follow these orders by a persons in authority, under the law, under the revised penal code, if you do not follow a person in authority who's just following an order or a valid order from a higher authority, and in this case the president, they will be arrested not because they are unvaccinated, but because they were or did not follow the instructions or directives of a person in authority. So the reason of a possible arrest is not really being unvaccinated, but being a recalcitrant.
Let's talk about that very quickly. Arrested po, saan po sila dadalhin? How long will they be held?
Well, ideally, because it's a crime committed under the revised penal code, they have to be brought to the nearest police station. But in this case, I think our barangay will be a little will not go there. Instead, they will just be brought to the barangay halls and they will be asked and reprimanded. No? And of course, any arrest or penalties or fines that will be imposed will be in accordance with the ordinances that will be passed by the local government unit. In the case of the National Capital Region, all 17 local governments in this region, in the NCR, have already passed an ordinance imposing certain penalties for individuals who are who are not vaccinated and restricted to go out. There will be certain penalties already.
All right, I hope this goes very smoothly and sana po we have enough manpower. Thank you so much for your time, Interior Undersecretary Epimaco Densing.